Today, we are setting up to win 2024 with strategic projects that follow market patterns, trends, and predictions from 2023. I have 10 money-making projects which can either be sold through local channels or shipped and sold via online marketing. I excluded the holiday projects. All of the things we are going to be talking about today can be stacked and sold all year long, and they only take a fundamental level of know-how. But first, we need 1 minute to talk about the woodworking trends of 2024 to better understand how to make our projects stand out above the rest. You want customers to see a piece that you've made and say, "This is me." Hello, welcome to the booth. I'm not scared to be seen. I make no apologies. This is me. It'll be $10. People are spending more time at home. They're looking for quality pieces with a calming nature and are also focusing on health and wellness because self-improvement is going to be a big deal until mid-February. Dark, rich woods are back, like walnut, mahogany, rosewood, and ebony. Using a darker stain on pine just isn't going to cut it. You're going to want to incorporate some different wood grains into your projects. However, even simply accenting a piece with darker tones helps to capture this elegance. Curves, curves, curves. Consider more organic lagoon shapes for tables and cutting boards. Busy patterns in matte brass hardware are predicted to be burning hot as well. With that knowledge, let's talk projects. These 10 projects are guaranteed to be moneymakers this year. Picture frames, 4x6, 5x7, 8x10, traditional sizes require very little material and can be produced using a miter saw or table saw. Personalization is unlimited. I'm not going to go into a heap of detail about this because in about 2 weeks there is a full in-depth video for picture frames coming out. I'm building a couple jigs. It's going to be crazy. So make sure so that way you don't miss any of that content. Matting, wood type, paint, stain, and router profile for both the interior and exterior. Your customer can truly build a unique to them item that will withstand the test of time and also complements that cherished memory it showcases. Boxes. Whether it is decorative or functional, think about its purpose before the build because your marketing strategy will differ depending on the style of box you are building. Is it to store items? Are they heavy items? Jewelry? Toy box? Is it strictly for decoration? Boxes can be simple to construct or they can show off your level of skill with, let's say, dovetails. Planters. When you see the big box stores starting to put out flowers, you better have these signed in your yard. Planter boxes come in all kinds of shapes and sizes. This one only requires 3 cedar pickets and not a lot of work. I have several planter boxes with 100% free plans. I'll throw a link in the description. Birdhouses. This one gets me real fired up. You think it's an easy, oh, look what 6-year-old Emma made with me in my garage. No. Here's how to stand out with birdhouses. Know the migration patterns and species of birds that will come to your neighborhood. Each require different types of houses with different size holes. Most do not require a perch because it gives the predator a place to land and eat your tenants. You need drain holes so they don't drown, airflow at the top so the babies don't slowly cook to death, and the top needs to open so you can clean it out. Okay, I'm done. Kitchen utensils. These make the perfect housewarming gift. Keep it simple with chopping boards, charcuterie boards, and wooden coasters, or carve out serving spoons. Make sure that your product meets the safety standards and regulations for the kitchen equipment in your state. You can also pair these items with, say, a wine rack and sell them either as a set or piece by piece. Wine racks are also popular. They can be as simple as a single board or a more elaborate art piece. Shelving. I'm not talking about these gigantic bookcases. These smaller units sell very well because of their versatility. It can be a floating shelf, a smaller wall decor stands, a productivity shelf for a desk, or even as simple as somebody just needing an extra shelf for inside their cupboards or a bookcase that they already have. I get that a lot. Bath trays. Again, building on health and wellness. Who doesn't want to sit at home and soak in their tub and relax? Will they? That's not our problem once they hand us that green paper, baby. Bath trays are a huge interior trend predicted for 2024. Make them unique by having adjustable width so that they are universal. Add a bookrest, a spot to hold a candle, and a wine glass. Personalized signs, ideal for birthdays, holidays, or simply as a thoughtful gift. If you can connect with a few local wedding planners in your area, you will be set for life. You can cut out the letters, engrave, burn, paint, or print the letters, and make a unique plaque to display them. Children's toys. Wooden toys are always in demand. Add that element of quality compared to a cheap box store hunk of plastic, and you'll have your customers slurping them up. I've seen quite a few builds by Steve Ramsey for these. Toys are generally easy to throw together. Trains, planes, cars, they are all quite simple. According to the online selling hub Shopify, these are high demand items in November and December. It's a good idea to always just have a small basket or box of them sitting beside the table as a quick grab item because they're generally cheaper than what you're going to be trying to sell on the table. And you know what? Let's build a toy together. Yes, I want to build this. I saw on the Woodworking for Beginners site, this gentleman had actually shared it. So to do that, I got this little 6-inch cut of 2x4. That's going to be the main piece for our camera. I do also have a scrap piece of 2x4 so I can cut out the front lens. And then I've got this piece of wood. No idea what it is. It's just darker, so we're going to use it. Incorporate those darker tones. And that's what we're going to use to cut the ring out. I brought over some foam. You'll see why in a moment. And then I got a little 3/8-inch dowel. So I did just pick up a spider hole saw kit because I've wanted one for a long time, and Menards had them on clearance for $50 and includes 13 pieces, which is super cool. And this thing is a beast. So you don't have to try to fight with unlocking them anymore. You don't have to have a screwdriver for them. These actually have little piloted holes with these little clickers on the bottom. You pull those back. You can put it in. It does not have to go all the way. It'll lock into place. And then to release your arbor, you just push a different button and it releases your arbor. Pretty sweet. The only issue with using my brand new one that I wanted to use today is that I need the arbor to come out because this guy, I can't take the arbor out. It's stuck in there. And I can't put this into my drill assembly. So, sorry, bud. We can use it to cut the smaller holes. No sweat. I do have a 3-inch that I'm going to use, and then I have that smaller 2-inch, so I can, again, marry those into each other and then use that to cut out the ring. And with this, it has the screwdriver thing. You can take the arbor out because I need to do that with the 2-inch to cut out for the bigger camera lens. I don't want a hole all the way through the center of the very main front piece. So here we go. Here we go. So that is our main camera assembly. It is done. 6 inches long. So to start out, I am going to take that 2-inch hole saw, begin and pilot down about a 1/2 inch until my hole saw is actually biting into the wood. I'm going to pull it back out, remove my arbor, and then finish drilling out that hole so that the bottom side does not have the actual arbor sticking through it, because I don't want that hole all the way through my piece of wood. Then what we are going to do is go ahead and stack up the 3-inch and the 2-inch together and then pilot that hole through. Again, the center is now waste. I'm just wanting that cool ring for the outside. So get one of those cut. Then using our 3/4-inch hole saw, look how adorable, we're going to use him, cut out 2 just so we have the pieces for the knobs. So there are all the pieces you're going to need. It is a very simple build. So then you would just go ahead, we're going to center him, and I'm going to put him onto the top. I'm not going to go ahead and put, this guy technically goes over this and they drill a hole all the way through. I'm not going to do that. I don't want that sticking out. So this knob is going to be offset, and then I'm going to drill a bigger hole right here so you can look all the way through it, maybe like a 3/4. Let me see what size I got. So this guy, you can't hold this by hand. It's nerve-wracking. So I'm going to drill my 3/8 hole. So that my dowel rod fits through there. So again, I have that 3/8 dowel rod. That is how I'm actually going to hold this guy into place. And we will drill a small hole in the top. Did you guys see that save? So again, just kind of eyeballing center. Oof. That is not close at all. There we go. Hole is nice and centered for this guy. I cut a 3/4 hole using a Forstner bit for the view looker thingy. Then sand everything, like a lot. Try and mimic that rounded edge to all the sides of your 2x4, and then carry that over onto the top of the knob, the top of the lens, the top of this part of the camera. Just that way there isn't any sharp edges or any chances of splinters coming on later. I used a lighter golden pecan for my pine and a darker red chestnut for my mystery board just to give the piece some contrast between the two woods. It really makes it pop. I taped off a square section on the back to create the screen. I used a black acrylic paint to fill it in. Glue all your pieces in place and finish everything up with a food grade sealant just so it's safe for your little ones to gnaw on. And that finishes up this video.